Okay, my mast has finally arrived. It only took 6 weeks to build it, another week to deliver it. It came delivered in this tube, which is exceptionally thick and strong, and so the only way to get the mast out of there was basically slide it out. And here's the mast. Take a quick look at it here. Okay, let's see if we can identify the various parts here. This part right here attaches to the deck of the boat. And on the mast itself is a corresponding part. As you can see, that this little guy right here, once this is on the boat, the mast is kind of horizontal with this bolt in here going through here. And so the way you step or raise the mast is laying horizontal here. You push up on the end, it rotates about that point, and at some point it becomes vertical, and at that point you attach your head stay to keep the mast from falling backwards. You've already got the back stay and the side stays on, hopefully, before you try to raise the mast. So now let's try to identify the various parts of the mast here. These are the wires that feed the VHF antenna on top of the mast, and I guess voltage and ground for the running and anchor lights, which we'll see later. This part right here is where the boom attaches to the main mast once the main mast is up. These various lines here, the black is to hoist the mainsail, the gray is to hoist the jib, the green I'm not really sure what that is at this point, but we'll find out, I guess. Going further up the mast, this is the rope, or in sailor speak, line, or in further sailor speak, because it's used to lift a sail, it's called the halyard. So this is the main halyard, which lifts the mast from a folding position to an upright position. You can see that it's internal to the mast itself, which is kind of neat. Avoids a lot of tangling and that kind of stuff. This is the jib halyard, which is also internal to the mast. As we go further up, we see the running light, and this light has to be on at all times when you're under power. These attachments on each side of the mast are to attach what's called spreaders. So these guys go in here like this, and then your stays are wires which hold the mast up and keep it falling from side to side, go through here and run to the top of the mast and back down to the boat. So we'll get into that a little bit later. Here's one, and here's the second one. This is a wind vane that's going on the top of the mast. Basically tells you where the wind's coming from. As we go further up the mast, I guess that's going to take us right to the top, where we see the halyard for the jib. going through the internal. Here is the anchor light on top, the electricity for it. I don't see a point for the antenna and wind vane yet, so we'll have to figure that out. This is where the backstay adjusts. It's a wire that connects to the back of the boat, which keeps the mast from falling forward. And here are the various wires called stays that we're going to attach to the boat, to the mast. We'll attach it to the mast first, and then once the mast is on the boat in a horizontal position, we'll attach them to various points on the boat. So that's basically a real quick tour of what we got here. So now I'm going to attach the wires or the stays and the spreaders to the mast, and we'll continue on when that is finished.